What's up, Royals? Hope you guys are doing well. I got another clutch of hypopides, and this time we got better odds. So as you can see, we have one that pipped, and he did pip early, so we are cutting about 4 days early, which is not too bad. The pairing here is a Orange Dream Yellow Belly Pied Head Hypo to a double visual Pastel Hypo Pied. I think Pastel does really well with hypopides. It does clean things up and brighten things. And with the hypo helping out the pastel, it doesn't really get that dinginess as the animal grows, so it stays nice and clean. So we're going to start with the one that pipped. I can tell already this is a hypo, and with pied on both sides, it's definitely going to be a pied. The question is, do we have other codoms involved? So we're going to find out right now. Wow, that is super pretty. It's got a lot of white, and I see a little bit of orange here, so I think it's got at least Orange Dream, maybe the pastel. So the pastel reacts a little bit differently on a pied's head. It doesn't have that blushing that we usually see. So I'm trying to move this out. So you see that little dot right there? I think that is the Orange Dream Pastel Pied head stamp. Of course, we have this frostedness that is indication it is a hypo. So like I said, we don't see much pattern here, but that's okay. I will definitely give you guys an update. Second part of the video will be the update once all of these have crawled out of their eggs. On to egg number 2. And you can see this one pretty much was laid upside down. That is the newspaper that got stuck. Here we go. I hope we get another hypopide. I am trying to hit one that is ODYB. And if there's pastel in there, then oh be it, so be it. Wow, this one is very bright. I don't see much orange, so maybe it's not the Orange Dream. I don't see a lot of pixelation in the little pattern that we can see. You can see there's a little bit of that umbilical cord that is still attached to the yolk somewhere underneath the egg. So we're not going to mess with it too much. But good news is, again, it's obviously pied, and we see a little bit of that frosted look on this nose. So we know it is at least another double visual. Egg number 3. Again, this one was laid on its, not upright. It was on its side. Get the newspaper on its side. In fact, I'll cut on the side that doesn't have the newspaper. Here we go. So we're doing pretty good here. I would love to see, ooh, this one's pretty. Another Orange Dream. I don't think this one has the pastel in it. It's a little bit darker, not as bright on the head stamp. And I'm seeing very bright orange. But again, we hit another one that is a double visual hypopide. So we got pretty good odds so far on our 3 eggs. Let's see if we can continue that luck on the next 3. So here is egg number 4. Number 4 we have, oh, all right, not much to see here, all white. So this one is definitely a high white pied. And don't worry too much about the veins. It does not hurt them to nick them, even though I was very careful, and you can see they are completely intact. So they're not going to use those veins for much longer. The fact that one pipped means that they are very close to all being fully developed. And now that I have cut them open, they're not using those for oxygen, air exchange, gas exchange either. Okay, so here's one that you can see how dark that nose is. So this one is not a hypo, but it's still pied, and so far it looks to be a hypopide. I mean a high white pied, but you can see how orange that saddle is, and it does look pixelated, so fingers crossed that will be a Yellow Belly Orange Dream. pied het for hypo, because the mom is a visual hypo. Anything in there, anything in here that is not a visual hypo is going to be at least 100% het for hypo. So we got another one. This looks like a high white again. Oh, this one's not telling us anything either. It could be a hypo. This could be another hypo. So that's pretty exciting. Again, high white, but no worries. We got 6 eggs, 6 what appears to be healthy babies. And as always, I will give you an update once all of these have come out. So just stick around for another few seconds and I'll be right back. All right, guys, time for an update. And we'll start with these 2 pastel hypopieds. This one is the female. And look at that frosted look on the head. All of them are going to have this. All the hypopieds have that frosted look. It's very, very pretty. And that hypo really accentuates the colors that would usually be kind of hidden in that brownish tannish color that's usually over top, but because it's hypo, it removes some of that pigment, and so you can really see that color shine through. And it's going to be pretty much like this throughout its life, more or less. I mean, usually if it doesn't have the hypo, pastel pied may get darker, or I should say it almost likely will get darker. But look at, oh, that's a very good position right there. Look at how beautiful she is. And I'll give you a look at the male as well. He is a little bit more white than the female. But again, that frosted look on the head, so clean. Look how crisp all those yellows are. He's got a saddle near the tail, one in the middle, and then of course the pattern on the head. Very pretty. I love this animal. I love the way they look. The color shines through really well with the hypo. Next up, we have our yellow belly hypopied. And this one is a female. And then over here we have our orange dream hypopied. This one is the male. And believe it or not, this is the second orange dream hypopied I produced this season. And this is the second yellow belly hypopied I produced this season. I don't think I showed the clutches, the clutch cutting of those ones. But I'm glad I produced both of them here, so you get to see an example of each. Yeah, very pretty. Look at the yellow belly. This is what it's doing. I mean, obviously it's adding a lot more of that pumpkin orangey color. Sometimes this is known as the pumpkin pied, but look at the jaggedness. Look at the pixelation in the saddles. That's what really makes the yellow belly stand out in a yellow belly pied. And this one, of course, being the hypo. Again, we had that frosted look on it. Very pretty. And remember, in my last video, I was talking about how this is kind of a side project. And I'm going to show you in just a moment that little side projects, if you stick to them, they pay off. So here is the Orange Dream hypopie. This is another male. And I'm pretty sure it's a male. Yep, there it is. Very pretty. I have one on my Morph Market right now. Once this guy gets eating and established, all the ones in this clutch, once they've established and eating, they're all going to go on Morph Market, all except for one, and that's the one I'm about to show you. Right here is the one that paid off all my work. This is the one that I was shooting for. Obviously, you can find these on Morph Market. They're available. I mean, if you search hard enough. And they do still fetch a pretty penny, but I wanted to make one. I mean, like I said, side project, and this one is the one that I was shooting for, and it paid out. Paid off after all of these breedings, and I worked with just what I had, and that's what kind of made it fun. I have other projects that are my main projects that I put a little bit more money into, but this one I just wanted to do for myself. And look at how beautiful this is. Again, we get that frosted look. We have the Orange Dream, gives that bright orange. We got the yellow belly, which adds to the color again and again, adds to the pixelation. That's what you can see right there. This being a boy, this is exactly what I'm shooting for. This is the one that's going to replace the dad eventually. Maybe not next season. I'm going to grow them up a little slowly, make sure they're good. And we got pretty lucky with a nice variety, a nice distribution of genes in this clutch. So this is the only non-hypo, but it is still a beautiful Orange Dream Yellow Belly pie. So you can see the difference here between what the hypo does to this one. So this is without the hypo. You can see it's fairly dark, a little darker than the usual Orange Dream Yellow Belly pies. Up here, almost looks like just plain old yellow belly, but then when you look at this saddle and then this one down here, you can definitely see the Orange Dream. Also, that head stamp says Orange Dream all day long. So yeah, both boys here. This is the ODYB pied head hypo, ODYB hypo pied. That about wraps it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to this channel and you want to be informed of future uploads, make sure you're subscribed and ring that notification bell. As always, thanks for watching. Please share and remember, rules for life. Peace out.